All right, so now we're going to be talking about XRP, but before we do so, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, right, where we're bringing you some technical analysis and on-chain analysis on the hottest cryptocurrencies on the market. You can also follow us on Twitter. You can follow me at Ali_charts. You can follow at Cash, Mac&Co with a 0 at the end, and you can also follow Jonathan at Just Analysis 1. So what I'm looking at, I mean, when I see XRP from an on-chain perspective, what I do see is that even though, I mean, some of the long-term holders, right, the people that have been holding this coin for the past, or actually acquired this coin in the past year, they're currently sitting at around 40% profits, right? While those who bought XRP within the last 30 days are sitting at around 7% profits, right? This is not a warning signal for me because even though both of them are actually sitting in profits right now, we have seen that this metric tends to call for a peak of Ethereum's of XRP's price action when it moves at above 150% profits, right? So whenever those addresses that bought XRP within the past year sit at around 150% profits or above, then these metrics tend to tell you that, hey, it is kind of like time to start selling off a little bit here, or start like, you know, booking some profits because a potential correction might occur. Something like that happened back in December. In November 2020, something similar happened in April of this year, and now we could be waiting for something like that. Now, whenever you look at the NVRV 30-day ratio, which is basically tells you what is the profit profile of those addresses that bought XRP within the past 30 days, I mean, I mean, it seems like XRP is still undervalued at the current price levels. So this is actually bullish, I believe, right? And I'm also leaning a little bit bullish on XRP based on the network activity that I'm seeing, right? So even though with the price correction that we saw recently and all, right, this red line right here tells you it basically represents network growth, right? So it's a combination of how many addresses are going you know, from having a balance to zero, and also takes into consideration the number of new addresses that are joining the XRP network. And what this tells you is that even with the significant correction that we saw on XRP when it went from basically $40 all the way down to below $1. The network continued growing. So basically there was still retail interest and institutional interest for this coin despite that big correction, right? So as the network growth continues rising, I believe that this cryptocurrency is actually quite bullish. And now, whenever you take a look at the daily active addresses on the XRP network, recently made a significant jump, right? It basically surpassed 72,000 active addresses on the XRP network, which is a bullish sign. Something that I will be looking at for confirmation is that I want to see the on-chain volume actually catch up with all of these, you know, with network growth and the number of daily active addresses on the network. I would like to see that to continue rising, but just taking into consideration that it does appear that XRP is currently undervalued, right? And that, you know, we have seen a significant spike in the number of daily active addresses on the network, and the network is growing. I am also leaning bullish on XRP. Now, when we see the what basically whales are doing on the network, we see that, yeah, the number of addresses with holding basically 1 million to 10 million coins continues accumulating heavily, right? I mean, the kind of like the same thing can be seen here, where basically these addresses since October 2nd went from having 3.221 billion XRP in their holdings, and now they have around 3.3 billion XRP. So that's a significant increase in buying pressure right there that I'm looking at. So based on this on-chain analysis, I believe that the XRP is ready to catch up with the rest of the market. I believe that the next potential target that we could see basically sits around $1.30. And then from then, if it's able to break above it, right, then it could potentially rise towards yes, towards $2 or something like that. But yeah, I'm bullish on XRP. I don't know if you, Jonathan, are looking at something different.
I mean, yeah, it's currently the, let me get the screen share here. When you look at the price action here, it's in the cloud and it's, I mean, it's very, very indecisive. In order for me to look at it from a technical perspective as being into like full blown bull mode, it really needs to get a close. And I know my camera's on. I don't know why it turned on, and the button to turn it off on Zoom is not, anyways, need it to close above the cloud, and it'll fulfill all of the like really bullish Ichimoku breakout conditions if it can get to 118 even. I see a close there. That would be awesome. It would more than likely get into a point where we nullify any of the kind of near-term bullish divergences that are developing in its oscillators. And then to kind of capitalize on what you were saying about the creation of the addresses, I mean, I personally am not a huge fan of XRP or Ripple or its officers. And I don't hold any XRP. I have no intention to, but I will say that here in the States, when the SEC started investigating them, a lot of the exchanges in the States pulled, stopped allowing people to purchase XRP. So, in the event that there's some settlement or really favorable event, or Ripple just starts pressing up even higher, I mean, there's a lot of money basically stateside, which is a huge chunk of the market. A lot of those participants are currently unable to use a domestic U.S. Based exchange to accumulate or buy more Ripple. And so there may be a lot of pent up demand there, which could really accelerate any type of bullish breakout. And that's pretty much my analysis on Ripple. As far as like where I would see it going, I definitely see it face a little bit of a hiccup at 154. That's where the next chunk of a high volume node is at. But then beyond that, I mean, I don't have the fib extension drawn, but you're roughly looking at a $2.90 value as the next 100% fib expansion move, somewhere around there. I may be way off, but I think around 290 is that zone.
Around 290.
Yeah, $2.90. Yeah.
Wow, and I thought I was super bullish, but that's good. Now, in terms of invalidation, so basically, I'm guessing like a close below the cloud, or how, like, what will tell you that XRP is heading lower?
Well, there's a pretty standard looking bear flag formation on here. So any type of daily close that is below 89.50 is going to be a pretty strong trigger that you're likely to see a lot lower prices, probably in that likely to hit that 50 cent range is where it would most likely bring, move on down to.
Okay, that's good to see. So yeah, guys, what are you looking at from a lower time perspective?
Right, so I have multiple scenarios. Let me just start from an extremely like 4-hour time frame. Right, so this could possibly develop. XRP is like really choppy right now when a lot of the altcoins are like going parabolic and show like clearly there's a lot of volatility in the market. Right, so we could do something like this, form an inverse head and shoulders pattern here, and breakout. of it probably reach the 62 fib here, which comes around 1.42, 1.41, and complete this move that we saw here on 7th September. Right. So this is the first thing. From a higher time frame perspective, it's what I'm looking at is this possibility of not sure if you could call this an inverse head and shoulders or like a cup and handle pattern. And this could be like it could be an inverse head and shoulders pattern, but for now I'm looking at it as a cup and handle instead of this thing, the inverse head and shoulders. So yeah, this is one thing that I'm looking at. I'm bullish on XRP as well. I think regardless of what happens with the SEC, I think XRP is going to shoot higher. And this is from a daily time frame. Let me just pull this up, right? And if you, I think this is also forming a cup and handle. I'm not sure why, but I'm seeing a lot of cup and handles lately. So yeah, so when typically I want cup and handles to come back higher, retest this level, horizontal level here, which kind of gives the performance boost. But if it's inclined like this, they typically tend to underperform, right? But regardless, I'm still bullish on XRP, and from a midterm perspective, I'm expecting it to go higher, at least up to short-term perspective 1.41, midterm perspective 1.9, roughly $2, and eventually the all-time high for now. So this is what I'm looking at for XRP.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. So what are your targets though? I mean, in terms of price points, I didn't really hear any targets.
Hold up, let me just so yeah, it's 100%, like for now from here, 1614.
From here, from where? From basically 196, or from what price point exactly?
Roughly 196. I would put XRP at $33, kind of diminishes almost double of what we predicted the other day. The article that I put out probably 2-3 days ago, I think in that predicted XRP was going to probably hit $15, but this is almost double of that. And honestly, I don't think it's a little extreme or like maybe out there, because again, like my thesis is the same. Q4 of the bull run markets is really insane. The amount of money that comes in, the hype and everything, it's like insane, especially considering Bitcoin is going to go to 100K or probably 200,000. I think this target is 33, 28, 30, even $15 XRP, $10 XRP is not impossible. Yeah, so this would put it somewhere around its previous all-time high, 3.5. The all-time high was 3.317, which, 3.3. But these are the two targets. A conservative 3.5, an extremely bullish target is $33.
That's insane. So XRP army must be loving us right now. So yeah, I mean, I'm also leaning bullish from an on-chain perspective. I mean, the on-chain perspective the on-chain metrics, of course, don't necessarily tell me whether a brief correction is going to happen anytime soon, but it does tells me that from an on-chain, from the on-chain characteristics and the network dynamics, it does seem that XRP is bullish at the moment, and I'm being a little bit more conservative right now, and I believe that my first target is $2, and then from there we can see, right? It seems that a break of $2 for a cash at least, right, could potentially throw XRP towards a new all-time high of $3.55. And if Bitcoin goes to 200,000 and Ethereum goes to $20,000 and all of that, right, then XRP could potentially target $33. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what actually happens. And if you like Boots TA, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also follow us on Twitter.